Why do onions make you cry? You've done it 100 times. You grab a knife, you start chopping, and within seconds your eyes are burning, tears are rolling down your face, and you look like you just watched the saddest movie of your life. But here's the thing, this isn't just your eyes being dramatic. There's a chemical warfare system hidden inside every single onion, and it was designed to do exactly this to you. Stick around, because what's actually happening inside that onion is way stranger than you think. Now you might be wondering, why onions? Why not carrots? Why not potatoes? Why does this particular vegetable have a chemical defense system sophisticated enough to make a grown adult cry? Onions belong to the allium family, the same family as garlic, leeks, and chives. And just like their cousins, onions have evolved a fascinating defense mechanism over millions of years. Their entire goal? To make sure nothing eats them. Inside an onion, there are two key players sitting in separate compartments of each cell. The first is an enzyme called alliinase. The second is a sulfur-based compound called isoalliin. As long as these two are kept apart, totally harmless. The onion is just sitting there, minding its business. But the moment you cut into that onion, you're breaking thousands of those cells open. The walls collapse, the enzyme meets the compound, and a chemical reaction is triggered instantly. When alliinase breaks down isoalliin, it creates a chain of unstable sulfur compounds. These rapidly convert into a volatile gas called syn-Propanethial S-oxide, or as scientists lovingly call it, the lacrimatory factor. Lacrima is Latin for tear. So yes, this compound was literally named after what it does to you. This gas is incredibly light, and it shoots upward almost immediately after it's released. That's why you feel it so fast. It travels straight up from your cutting board and hits your eyes before you even realize what's happening. Now, your eyes have their own defense system. They're lined with a thin layer of fluid and nerve endings that are extremely sensitive to irritants. The moment syn-Propanethial S-oxide makes contact with the moisture in your eyes, it reacts and forms a mild sulfuric acid. Your eyes detect this acid, your nervous system panics, and your lacrimal glands, your tear glands, flood your eyes with tears to flush out the irritant as fast as possible. That's not weakness, that's your body running a perfectly executed emergency response. Onions grow underground, which makes them incredibly vulnerable to soil-dwelling pests, insects, and fungi. Over millions of years, they developed this sulfur-based defense as a deterrent. When something starts digging or chewing, chemical gas released. Most pests back off immediately. But humans just kept eating them anyway. We discovered fire, learned to cook, and realized that cooking destroys the lacrimatory factor entirely, which is why cooked onions don't make you cry. Heat breaks down the enzyme before it can trigger the reaction. So essentially, every time you cry while cutting an onion, you're experiencing the onion's ancient, desperate attempt to not be eaten. Alright, so now that you know why it happens, let's talk about all the tips and tricks to save your eyes from this chemical attack. Trick 1. Chilling the onion in the fridge or freezer. This one actually works. Cold temperatures slow down the enzyme reaction, meaning less gas is released when you cut. Pop your onion in the freezer for 15 minutes before chopping. Trick 2. Cutting near a flame or a candle. Somewhat effective. The flame draws air currents upward, pulling the gas away from your face before it reaches your eyes. It's not perfect, but it helps. Trick 3. Cutting under running water or submerging the onion. Also effective. Water absorbs the gas before it can go airborne, but it's messy and a little impractical. So the next time someone catches you crying over an onion, you can confidently explain that you're not emotional. You're just experiencing the evolutionary chemical defense mechanism of the Allium cepa species.